In this video, I'm going to be walking you through how to project cash flow for your project. So this could be potential projects and also won projects. So you can see your potential income based on your pipeline and then your won projects and when those payments are going to be made for that particular project. So if you split anything by monthly or quarterly revenue, this video is going to be for you. It is a bit niche, but hopefully it's helpful. By the way, if you would like us to help you set up Monday.com for your business, we would love to help. So check out the link in the description below. Anyway, as you can see here, I'm inside of my example Monday.com system. Now, like I said, we're going to be tracking cash flow and also projected cash flow for your projects. So you have projects in a pipeline and then they have a projected cash flow, and you want to be able to see and report on what that projected cash flow might look like, and also your won projects and what the won cash flow pipeline is looking like as well. Many words might sound confusing. Let's begin. Plus button top left hand corner here, and we're going to go ahead and create a new board. Now, this is just going to be our projects board, and we'll probably be able to do literally everything in this one board. Now, there is an option to do it in another board, but I think let's keep it simple in today's video. So board name, projects, privacy, main. What are we managing? Projects, and then hit create board. So now that that is done, we then need to just go through the basic project layout. Now, this isn't going to be a project management video. I'm not going to bore you with that. So let's just go through the basics. So we would have new projects. So let's say, or upcoming projects. I'm just trying to, what I want to emphasize here is we're making in sort a pipeline. So upcoming projects, we would have in proposal projects, hypothetically. So upcoming, you've prepared a proposal. You might then have in negotiation projects. Again, this is entirely up to you. And then you'd have won projects and or lost projects. So one project, one lost, one projects. And then unfortunately, as you and I both know, we do lose some projects every now and again. So lost projects as well. The lost is going to be in the red. The won is going to be in the green. In negotiation can be whatever color you like. Let's go with a fancy gold. And then upcoming, I would just put in the gray. So that's kind of our process. Now, this is important, especially the groupings, because we're going to use this for our reporting later on in the video to be able to see kind of cash flow or projected cash flow by the different stages, things like that. So the next thing that I would want to do is just make sure that the status column matches our group. So we've got upcoming as the default label. We'd then have in proposal. We'd then have in negotiation. And then we would have one in the green. And then we would have in the red lost. And then I would probably just drop that down here. In proposal is going to be in the purple. So upcoming, in proposal, in negotiation, won, lost, hit apply. Those are your different stages of your process. It's really that simple, right? So we can kind of leave it here. If you want to automate, and we might come back to automating the different stages. So when status changes to upcoming, move items group upcoming. Again, that is not the point of this video. It's not complicated. If you want to know how to do that, I've got a million other videos on my channel explaining it. So what we now want to look at is how can we manage the project value and then also the cash flow forecasted for this particular project. Now, I would probably use, in this instance, nuanced instance, I would probably use sub items. So what I would do here is I would have month one, and this could be, let's say, dash January 2026. Okay, 2026. There we go. And let's say that this particular project spans over 5 months. So then you would go February 2026, and then so on and so forth. So month 3 dash March 2026. Month 4, number 4, March, February, March, April. That's bad. 2026, and then we go month 5. Number 5, and that would be April, May, 2026. So this is how I would begin, okay? If you're looking to manage cash flow, just create sub-items. Each sub-item is the respective month that you're likely or going to or projected to generate revenue for that particular project, okay? Now, the next thing is we can get rid of this status column, and we can get rid of the owner column as well. Realistically, they're not necessary. What is necessary, however, is the date column. This is necessary because we need to go ahead and just mark month 1, Jan 1st. and then 2nd Feb. So it's just going to be the first day of the month for that respective month that you're anticipating you're going to be generating income from. Pretty straightforward, right? So then March 1st, and then it would be April 1st, and then it would be May 1st. Wow. It feels like time actually goes that quickly. So now we've got the date column set up, and you can name this whatever you want. Is by no stretch of the imagination is that important, but it is quite helpful. You can't give it no name. I would recommend it giving a name. And then what we can go ahead and do is add a numbers column. And this numbers column is going to be the revenue generated, or the projected revenue generated for that particular month. So we could say cash or monthly revenue. I don't know, where am I going with this? Yeah, there we go. That would be fine if I'm honest. So then 3 dotted button, settings, customize, and select the currency. So let's say we're in the dollar here, and also I would personally probably want, let's say, 2 decimal places. It just looks a bit cooler. So let's say month 1 is 50k, and then month 2 we're looking at 150k, and then month 3 we're looking at 200k, and then month 4 we're looking at 120k, and then month 5 we're looking at 40k. There we go. Awesome. So you can see that they are different. Each month is different, and that is dependent on, let's say, the proposal. So we go through the project and we determine that the revenue per month is going to differ. Now, there might be instances where it's straight line, in the sense that per month it doesn't matter, or it doesn't actually differ that much. I would still track, irrespective, I would still track it this way. So even if every single month was 150,000 or 50,000, whatever the case may be, I would still track it line by line here. The reason being is it makes reporting a million times easier. So just bear that in mind. So date, monthly revenue, that's all we need for the time being anyway, okay? So now what I would obviously want to see is I would want to see a couple of things. I'd want to see the total project revenue. So this is the monthly revenue, but I would just want this to roll up. So what I would do is press a 3 dotted button, go show summary on parent item. This is total project revenue. If I add more sub items, which essentially months, it will change revenue. If I remove sub items, it will also change. Okay, so that's total monthly revenue, and then date as well. This can also be showed as a summary. So now we can see the projected, well, the working months, if that makes sense. So we've got total project revenue, sub item dates. That could be project timeline, and this is a high level project timeline. It's not super specific, but you get the idea, right? So we've got total project revenue, we've got project timeline. What we can also do, I believe, is we should be able, I'm trying to think, actually, can you? I'm just trying to think if I can get a count of the number of sub items associated. Let me check. That would be quite cool, because then I can get an average revenue per, I don't think I can actually. Average revenue per month. That's not the end of the world either way. So this is how I would manage the cash flow. So for every single project, so this is, let's say, example project number 3, I've got month 1, month 2, blah, 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 right? And then we would have for all of the other projects, I'm just going to delete these. Then I'm going to duplicate this one with the sub items, and then I'm just going to make some changes to it. So duplicate, and this can be example project number 2, hit enter. And then let's say that this is going to be, I don't know, or we could just get rid of some months. You can kind of do whatever, right? So let's say that this is going to be, let's get rid of Jan and May. So it's a smaller project by the time frame. However, the value is higher. So let's say that this is 350 for that month. There we go. Cool. And so on and so forth. So you can see that the project revenue is relatively similar. Let's say this is 290. And then 120, let's say this is, let's say 380. Oh, I wish it was this easy to make money, just making up numbers. I mean, in some world somewhere it is, the banks are doing it. So date, that's the date for that month. Monthly revenue rolls up to the total project revenue. You've got then the project timeline as well. So that's all sorted. Now, all we want to be able to do is report on this information. So we've got our 2 projects here. Total project revenue, project timeline. I want to be able to see, first and foremost, the projected cash flow per month. So I would press the plus button, and I would go ahead and create a new dashboard. And this would be our, revenue dashboard. It could be called whatever you like. And then I'll just go ahead and hit create dashboard. I'll then connect that to our projects board. that we've just created. So connect the dashboard to the projects board. Now, the first dashboard or widget chart that I want to create here is going to be the projected revenue. So it's going to be projected revenue per month. So what's going to happen, 3 dotted button settings, our x-axis is going to be 1 by 1, and it's going to be the date column for the sub items, so sub item level. So chart type is just standard bar graph, x-axis sub item date column, y-axis is going to be 1 by 1, and it's going to be the monthly revenue of the sub items. So now I can see here projected revenue per month. That's January's projected, that's Feb, that's March, that's April, and that's May. And you will notice here that there are 2 projects. What you could also do, might be able to do, is actually split by projects as well using the stat bar. But let's not go too complicated just yet. So this is showing you the revenue per month, but all of the projects, and this is just projected. Now, in order to just do projected, you do need to bear in mind that you only want the groups upcoming, in proposal, in negotiation. You wouldn't want won or lost projects, okay? So that's projected revenue per month. And then let's just hypothetically say I duplicate this one. So duplicate without updates, but this is actually a 1 project. So let's call this example project number 1. So this is not actually projected. This is a 1 project. So let's say month number 5, May 2026, and then we'll go month number 6. I know that that's not actually month number 6, but you hopefully get the idea. So May, June, wow, 26. So we go column, select the month, May 1st, and then June 1st, and let's just put some arbitrary values in here. So let's say this was 200, and then let's say this is 180. Okay, so we won this project. This project was won, right? These 2 are projected, so they're not going to show in our projected revenue per month because we've unselected these groups. Now, if I then selected the groups, you can see how they're different. Okay, so why is that 1.8 million? What have I done here? That's a very good month. Oh, that would be why. I added an extra 0. I hate it when that happens. So you can see that it adds up all of them, both won and in pipeline. So what I would probably do is I would unselect these. This is going to be our projected pipeline, and then I would have another widget, another chart. It's identical, and as opposed to projected, this is going to be our revenue per month. So this is our 1 revenue per month. 3 dotted button settings. Our groups here are only going to be the 1 projects. Our x-axis 1 by 1, and this is going to be the date, and then our y-axis is going to be 1 by 1, and it is going to be the monthly revenue. And now I can very easily see our 1 revenue per month. 350, 290, 380, 200, 180. Now, if then, example project number 2 is then 1, and let's imagine the automation runs, that then moves down to this group as well. So now we've got 2 projects, a 1.4 million and $1.02 million project, right? That will then update our revenue per month and change our projected revenue per month. Now, of course, what we can also do is, let's say a final chart is, let's say total pipeline value. And this is going to be a combination of the projected and the revenue all in one. So chart type again, it's the same. X-axis is going to be the date column from the sub items. Our y-axis is going to be 1 by 1 monthly revenue from the sub items, and then the group is going to remain the same. So there you go. What you can then do, I think, is we can look at stacking. So stacking with sub items does get a little bit messy, but let's just see. So if we stack by the status of the project level, yeah, I was worried that this wasn't going to work. Okay, it's not perfect. No one is. But let's just leave it as that. So we'll just keep this as a bar graph for the time being. You can see here that total pipeline value, we've got projected revenue per month, and then the total pipeline projected for the pipeline. So that is how you can then manage cash flow. And really it's very simple. All you're doing is assessing the project, adding the revenue per month as sub items, and then you can very, very, very easily track what you have got projected in the pipeline, what you've actually won, and those months as well. So if you wanted to see your projected performance by month, that'd be very easy. And then obviously the total pipeline as well. Now there are other reports that you can look at as well. You can look at an average revenue per month. So let's just add that just as kind of like, I was going to say a gimmick, not a gimmick, but let's just say average revenue per month. Now this would be an average of So it'd be 1 by 1, monthly revenue on the sub item level, customize. It'll be an average manual 2 decimal place in the dollar. So on average, we do 229,000 per project. So it's not our average revenue per month. Bear that in mind. And that's just average month. It's the same thing but different. I'm going down a rabbit hole now. But also you could look at, let's say, average months per project, or average billable months per project. So you go 3 dotted button, settings, 1 by 1. Can you do count? You should be able to do count of sub items, customize, average, manual, 0 decimal places. Yeah, why is it not showing me an average? Average of the sub items, customize, average, weird. Let's hit refresh, see if it changes. The average is not 13, that's for sure. Yeah, customize, average, median, sum, weird, manual, none, dollar, weird, not working. I mean, let's just delete that then. I know with the sub-item functionality in reports, it's not as good. Now the other, so, you know, there are pros and cons to this. The other option is you have a separate board, and that's called a cash flow board. So what you would have potentially is another board for cash flow. Now that is then getting a lot more complex. This is simple. The cash flow management board is a lot more complex. You're kind of then looking at milestones as well, so it becomes a different beast entirely. But if you just wanted to manage the projected revenue per month for your projects and the relatively simple reporting for that, you can do with this setup here. So if you would like us to help you set up Monday.com for your business, you've got some weird and wonderful ideas that you need help putting into Monday.com, we would love to help. So check out the link in the description below. Nonetheless, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.